विस्मापनम
विस्मापनम
स्वस्य। हाँ, बोलो बोलो, कोई नहीं, बोलो बोलो, विस्मापनम।
पदम परम परम भूषणाभूषणांगम।
वेरी गुड, एक बार और ट्राई करो, एक बार और बोलो। बोलिए।
बद्धापेकं स योगा मायाबलं दक्ष्यता गृहीतम् विस्मापनं स्वस्य च स्वभावदेहा परं
सौभाग्य रहते हैं।
भूषणाभूषणांगम्।
यन नृत्य, इस नृत्य लोक में भगवान क्या कर रहे हैं, लीला उपाय काम। और कैसे लीला कर रहे हैं? स्वयोग माया बलम, अपनी अंतरंगा शक्ति से, स्वयोग माया बलम दर्शयता गृहीता। और जो ये लीला कर रहे हैं वो लीला क्या कर रही है? विस्मापनम। विस्मापनम इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी वंडरफुल, अमेजिंग, एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी। विस्मापनम अस्य सौभाग्य रिद्धे। This, his pastimes are so extraordinary that it even bewilders its other incarnations. What to speak of humans? What to speak of demigods? Even the incarnations of the Supreme Lord are spellbound. We will discuss that when we discuss the purport. And his Param Padam Bhushanam Bhushanamangam. People wear ornaments to decorate themselves. But Krishna is the decoration for the ornaments. Okay, जिन्होंने याद कर लिया बहुत अच्छा, जिन्होंने नहीं किया वो प्लीज कर लीजिए. As simple as that. If you really want to admire Krishna's beauty, this is the beauty of Krishna being admired. The Lord appeared in this mortal world, that is Martya Loka. Yat Martya Loka, and why? Leela Upayakam. So, just suitable for his pastime. So, the form, पुरुषोत्तम कुछ कहना है? हाथ आपका उठा हुआ है. So he came in his eternal form. How? Swayog Maya Balam. By his internal potency, Swarup Shakti, and Darshyata Grihitam. So the form that he manifest, जो भगवान ने अपना सुंदर रूप का प्राकट्य किया, वो just suitable for his pastime, लीला उपाय का. जो लीला वो करना चाहते थे उसके लिए जो सबसे उपयुक्त उनका जो सुंदर रूप था उसका उन्होंने प्राकट्य किया. और जो लीला उन्होंने की, विस्मापनम. These pastimes were wonderful for everyone, even for those proud of their own opulence, including the Lord himself in his form as the Lord of Vaikuntha. Lord Vishnu is also amazed to see the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Thus, Sri Krishna's transcendental body is the ornament of all ornaments. Param Padam Bhushanam Bhushanangam. This is very, very important verse. Whenever we discuss Krishna Lila, invariably in last 10 years, every time I come across this verse. And whenever I am presenting Krishna Lila, this verse is must. Because without this verse, Krishna Lila cannot be described. It's particularly Vishmapanam, Swasya Saubhagaridhi. Even the incarnations of the Lord in Vaikuntha and other spiritual planets, they are spellbound to see the pastimes of Krishna. What to speak of others? In conformity with the Vedic hymn, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam, Katha Upanishad, the personality of Godhead is more excellent than all other living beings within all the universes in the material world. That is obvious. That he is Asam Urdhava. No one can be equal to him, what to speak of greater. He is the chief of all living entities. No one can surpass him or be equal to him in wealth, strength, fame, beauty, knowledge, or renunciation. When Lord Krishna was within this universe, he seemed to be a human being because he appeared in the manner just suitable for his pastimes in the mortal world. This is Leela Upayakam, just suitable so that he can perform that pastimes. He seemed to be a human being because he appeared in a manner just suitable for his pastimes in the mortal world. That is Martya, Yan Martya Leela Upayakam. He did not appear in human society in his Vaikuntha features with four hands because that would not have been suitable for his pastimes. Because फिर वो then he cannot play the human-like pastime because no human has four hands. It cannot be in Chaturbhuj Roop. But in spite of his appearing as the human being, no one was or is equal to him in any respect in any of the six different opulences. Everyone is more or less proud of his opulence in this world. But when Lord Krishna was in human society, he excelled all his contemporaries within the universe. When the Lord's pastimes are visible to the human eye, they are called Prakat. It's called Prakat Leela. And what is the other one? The two types of Leela, Prakat and Aprakat. Manifest and unmanifest. Right now, Krishna's pastimes are unmanifest. Can we see? No. It is Aprakat. When they are not visible, they are called Aprakat. In fact, the Lord pastimes never stop, just as the sun never leaves the sky. The sun is always in its right orbit in the sky, but it is sometimes visible and sometimes invisible to our limited vision. Like now, we cannot see the sun. Can we see the sun now? Can we demand or command that the sun become visible to us? No. We have to wait till 6 a.m. tomorrow for the sun to be visible. But that does not mean that the sun is not visible anywhere in the universe. It is visible. But it is sometimes visible and sometimes invisible to our limited vision. Similarly, the pastimes of the Lord are always current in one universe or another. And when Lord Krishna disappeared from the transcendental abode of Dwarka, it was simply a disappearance from the eyes of the people there. It should not be misunderstood that his transcendental body, which is just suitable for pastimes in the mortal world, is in any way inferior to his different expansions in the Vaikuntha lokas. It's very important. His body manifested in the material world is transcendental par excellence. The Prabhupada's genius, transcendental par excellence, in the sense that his pastimes in the mortal world excel his mercy displayed in the Vaikuntha lokas. Please try to keep attention to understand this statement, what Prabhupada is saying. That his pastimes in the mortal world excel his mercy displayed in the Vaikuntha lokas. Can anyone comment on this? That how his pastime in this mortal world excel his mercy displayed in the Vaikuntha lokas. Do anyone has any clue or understanding? That how his pastimes in this mortal world excel the mercy exhibited in the Vaikuntha lokas. Think. Okay. Ramya, bolo.
प्रभु जी जैसे कि भगवान जब धराधाम में आते हैं तो उनको जो उनके जो भक्त हैं वो वात्सल्य लीला सखा भाव सब में सेवा कर सकते हैं, लेकिन वैकुंठ में बस दास्य भाव से ही सेवा कर सकते हैं।
यहाँ क्या लिख रहे हैं? मर्सी, स्पेशल emphasis on mercy. How his pastimes in this mortal world, his mercy excels those in the Vaikuntha Loka. इसके ऊपर फोकस करो. समझ में आ रहा है? How well by coming just into this mortal world, his mercy element is more magnanimous than the mercy which is displayed in the Vaikuntha Lokas. How? Okay, let us not speculate. Prabhupada will reveal it here. In the Vaikuntha Lokas, the Lord is merciful toward the liberated or Nitya Mukta living entities. ठीक है? Who can go in the Vaikuntha Lokas? Only those who are perfected. Anyone with conditioning or imperfection cannot attain Vaikuntha Lokas. But in his pastimes in the mortal world, he is merciful even to the fallen souls who are Nitya Baddha or conditioned forever. The six excellent opulence which he displays in the mortal world by the agency of his internal potency Yogmaya are rare even in the Vaikuntha Lokas. All his pastimes were manifested not by the material energy but his spiritual energy. The excellence, now this is the point, very important here. The excellence of his Ras Leela at Vrindavan and his householder's life with 16,000 wives. Krishna's expansion in unlimited form in the Ras Leela pastime and also in the Dwarka Leela pastime with his 16,000 queens is wonderful even for Narayan in Vaikuntha Loka and is certainly so for others living entities within this mortal world. His pastimes are wonderful even for other incarnations of the Lord such as Ram, Narsim and Varha. His opulence was so super excellent that his pastimes were adored even by the Lord of Vaikuntha, who is not different from Lord Krishna himself. That is Krishna's extraordinary Leela Shakti. Yad dharma shuno bataraj suye निरीक्षयाद्रिक् स्वस्ति आयनम त्रिलोकः कार्ष्णेय कार्ष्णेय च अद्य गतं विधातु अर्वाक् श्रुतौ कौशलम इति अमान्यता. All the demigods from the upper, lower and middle universal planetary system assembled at the altar of the Rajasurya sacrifice performed by Maharaj Yudhishthira. After seeing the beautiful bodily features of Lord Krishna, they all contemplated that he was the ultimate dexterous creation of Brahma, the creator of human beings. There was nothing comparable to the bodily features of Lord Krishna when he was present in this world. The most beautiful object in this material world may be compared to the blue lotus flower or the full moon in the sky. But even the lotus flower and the moon were defeated by the beauty of his bodily features of Lord Krishna. And this was satisfied by the demigods. the most beautiful living creatures in this universe. The demigods thought that Lord Krishna, like themselves, was also created by Lord Brahma. But in fact, Brahma was created by Lord Krishna. It was not within the power of Brahma to create the transcendental beauty of the Supreme Lord. No one is a creator of Krishna. Rather, he is the creator of everyone. As he says in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhava matta sarvam pravartate. यस्यानुराग प्लुतो हसारसा लीलावलोका प्रतिलब्ध मनः प्रजा स्त्रियो दृग्वीर अनुप्रवृत्ता धियो अवस् अव प्रजा स्त्रियो दृग्वीर अनुप्रवृत्ता धिया अवस्थतु किला कृत्य शेषः. The damsels of Braja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchange of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. He used to follow them with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. So this is remembrance. All Krishna did in Braja is being remembered, very deeply meditated by Uddhavji. In his boyhood at Vrindavan, Lord Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend in transcendental love to all the girls. His age, his love for them was so intense that there is no comparison to that ecstasy. And the damsels of Praja were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Lord Krishna finally admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the gopis, and he declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Anyone knows the verse? Well, Krishna himself confesses that he is unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Anyone know the verse? Very important verse. नहीं सुना? Yeah, but Krishna in the Ras Leela, yesterday was Vasant Ras and also Lord Balram's Ras Yatra. Okay. This is in Srimad Bhagavatam. It is Na Parayham Nirvadya Samyujam Swasadhu Krityam. One moment. I have found it in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, you open this verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Manoram Prabhu. Madhya Lila 8.93. I'll tell you the Bhagavatam verse also. 8.93. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:32-22. 10:32-22. Okay. So the translation. This is Krishna speaking to the gopis. I am not able to repay my debt for your spotless service, even within a lifetime of Brahma. Why? Your connection with me is beyond reproach. You have worshipped me, cutting off all domestic ties, which are difficult to break. Therefore, please let your own glorious deed be your compensation. Show the purport. Okay. In conclusion, the gopis became eternally glorious by their behavior in the Lord's temporary absence, and the mutual love between them and the Lord was wonderfully enhanced. This is the perfection of Krishna and his loving devotees. Okay. Not much comment is given. Anyway, I have never tried to go much into this verse. It's beyond my capacity. Okay. Close it. So here Krishna is admitting. So his love for them was so intense that there is no comparison to that ecstasy. And the damsels of Braja, the Vraj gopis, were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of great demigods Brahma and Shiva. Lord Krishna finally admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the gopis and declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Na parayam. Although the gopis were seemingly anguished by the Lord's teasing behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they could not tolerate the separation and used to follow him with their eyes and minds, not with their foot. We should follow the Lord with the eyes and mind and with our heart. They were so stunned by the situation, they could not finish their household duties. No one could excel him, even in the dealings of love exchange between boys and girls. It is said in the revealed scriptures that Lord Krishna personally never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. Vrindavan parityaje padekam na gacchati. He remains there eternally because of the transcendental love of the inhabitants. Thus, even though he is not visible at present, he is not away from Vrindavan for a moment. This is what Uddhavji is able to realize. स्वशांत रिपुषे इतरा स्वरूपे अभ्युद्यमानेषु अनुकंपितात्मः परावरेषु महदंशयुक्तो यजोऽपि जातो भगवान् यथंगः. The personality of Godhead and the all-compassionate controller of both the spiritual and material creation is unborn. But when there is friction between his peaceful devotees and persons who are in these material modes of nature, he takes birth just like fire, accompanied by the plenary portion controlling the Mahatattva. The devotees of the Lord are by nature peaceful because they have no material hankering. A liberated soul has no hankering and therefore he has no lamentation. What is the verse? Bhagavad Gita. No hankering, no lamentation. Very famous verse from Bhagavad Gita. What is this stage called? बोलो रविंदर, हर बार प्रियंका ही क्यों जवाब दे, आप बोलो।
तो ये ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा ना सोचित
ना सोचती,
ना कांक्षी।
आगे सेकंड लाइन।
चित हाँ,
ऐसे नहीं चलेगा ना, आधा अधूरा नहीं चलेगा। समम सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद भक्ति लभते परा। One who wants to possess also laments when he loses his possession. Devotees have no hankerings for material possessions and no hankerings for spiritual salvation. Very good. Prabhupada is writing, no hankering for material possessions. Okay. At a certain level, we will start claiming that I have no aspirations for material hankerings. But Prabhupada is here even broadening it. And no hankering for spiritual salvation. They are situated in the transcendental loving service of the Lord as a matter of duty. So it is not a choice. It is a matter of duty. And they do not mind where they are and how they have to act. Swarga, apavarga, narkeshu. The beautiful verse. Narayana para sarve na kutasyana bhivyati. Find this verse, Manoram Prabhu. This is in most likely sixth canto of Vrittasur. Narayana para sarve na kutasyana bhivyati swargapavarg narkeshu tulya tapi samadarshina. You just type Narayana para sarve. It will come. Yes. Narayana para sarve na kutasya bhivyati swargopavar narkeshu apitulyat darshana. Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. This is the point. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and hellish planets are all the same. How can it be the same? Why? Because such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord, very high level. Close it. So here Uddhavji is saying that actually, Prabhupada is making it a point that they do not mind where they are, whether they are in the heavenly planet or they are in the hellish planet, or how they are or how they have to act. Karmis, Jnanis and Yogis all hanker to possess some material or spiritual assets. Sakale Ashant. What is the verse? Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakale Ashant. Why? Because they are all kamis. They have all some hankering. Karmis want material possessions. Jnanis and yogis want spiritual possessions. But devotees do not want any material or spiritual assets. They want only to serve the Lord anywhere in the material or spiritual world. That's the Lord's desire. Mam janmani janmaneshware bhavatat bhaktir ahetukitoi. And the Lord is always specifically compassionate towards such devotees. The karmis, jnanis, and yogis have their particular mentalities in the modes of nature. And therefore they are called Etheras or non-devotees. These etheras, including even the yogis, sometimes harass the devotees of the Lord. Example, very beautiful example. Durvasa Muni, a great yogi, harassed Maharaj Amrish because the latter was a great devotee of the Lord. And the great Karmi and Jnani, Hiranyakashipu, even harassed his own Vaishnava son Prahlad Maharaj. There are many instances of such harassment of the peaceful devotees of the Lord by the Etheras. When such frictions takes place, the Lord, out of his great compassion towards his pure devotee, appears in person, accompanied by his plenary portions, controlling the Mahatattva. Paritranaya sadhunam. The Lord is everywhere in both the material and spiritual domains. And he appears for the sake of his devotees when there is friction between his devotee and the non-devotees. As electricity is generated by friction of matter anywhere and everywhere, the Lord, being all pervading, appears because of the friction of devotees and non-devotees. When Lord Krishna appears on a mission, all his plenary portions accompany him. When he appears as the son of Vasudev, there were differences of opinion about his incarnation. Some said he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, some said he is an incarnation of Narayan, and others said he is the incarnation of Shirodakshai Vishnu. But actually, he is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. And Narayana, the Purushas, and all other incarnations accompany him to play different parts of his in his pastimes. Mahadamsha Yukta indicates that he was accompanied by the Purusha who create the Mahatattva. It is confirmed in the Vedic hymns, Mahantam Vibhum Atmanam. Lord Krishna appeared just like electricity. When there was friction between Kamsa and Vasudev and Ugrasen, Vasudev and Ugrasen were Lord's devotees. And Kamsa, a representative of the Karmis and Jnanis, was a non-devotee. Krishna, as he is compared to the sun. He first appeared from the ocean of the womb of Devaki, and gradually he satisfied the inhabitants of the places surrounding Mathura, just as the sun enlivens the lotus flower in the morning. After gradually rising to the meridian of Durga, the Lord set like the sun, placing everything in darkness as described by Uddhava. Okay, so I shall stop here. No need to rush. So here in these verses, the attractive feature of Lord, especially his mercy towards his favorable disposition towards the devotees is being mentioned and discussed. Hare Krishna. From your side, if there is any question or contribution. Okay, I don't see any question coming. You have question तो बोलो, अगर है तो पूछो.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी. प्रभु जी
हरे कृष्ण.
परपॉट में भी और ट्रांसलेशन में भी जो लिखा गया है कंट्रोलिंग accompanied by his plenary portion controlling the महत्त्व, ये
हाँ
महाविष्णु को
हाँ, of course. Purusha incarnations. Narayana, na? Narayan is there. So Narayan, from Narayan, all these three Purushas will come. They will do the material creation. The Supreme Lord Krishna does not interact directly with the material creation. That is done through his Purusha incarnation. Okay, tomorrow we'll have spiritual scientist class. Dayashil Prabhu.
यस प्रभु जी.
Okay. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.